This is The Mysterious Traveler. This is The Mysterious Traveler, inviting you to join me on another journey into the strange and terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip, that it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back, get a good grip on your nerves, and get comfortable. If you can. I hope it's not making you nervous, riding alone with me in the dark like this. Darkness stirs strange terrors in some minds. That reminds me of a story I call Dead in the Water. It all began on a dark and starless night in the calm waters of the northern Pacific. The exact position? Maybe it's better off you not know. The sun has been hidden during the course of a weary, breathless week by a thin haze that seems to float above a small yacht, shrouding the surrounding sea. The vessel's only two occupants, Will and George, sit upon the deck, playing cards by the light of a battery-powered lantern. As is usually the case, when humans find themselves in times of prolonged crisis, they try to find respite wherever they can.
Read 'em and weep, pal. Straight flush. Aces and eights.
Yeah, well, that hand didn't work out too well for Wild Bill Hickok. It ain't working out for you either. Royal flush.
Lucky in cards, unlucky in love.
Love. Who needs love when you got the poker?
That says the guy with no luck with either lately.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
That.
I didn't.
Turn off the radio. Hello? Who's out there?
Oh, wait. There's someone out there.
Permission to come alongside?
Who are you?
Just a tired old man.
Let me throw you a line.
I'll get the ladder.
No need for the ladder, son. I'll not come aboard. It's safer this way.
Let me get the lantern and I'll see.
No light. Please.
Nothing's wrong with the guy's hearing, at least. Sir, it's just safer if we have...
No light. Please. It's just better this way.
Listen, buddy. You come at us out of nowhere. Through this damn fog. You can't blame us if we're being a little paranoid. The least you could do is...
Sorry. I would not have troubled you, only I'm so hungry and...
I think he fell in.
Quick, toss me that ring.
You're not going in, are you?
Not like there's a choice. Come on, man.
A few moments later, and the two men have the waterlogged stranger lying upon the deck. His clothes are soiled and ragged. His face, weathered and cracked, is partially concealed in dingy makeshift bandages. He flinches against the light of the lantern.
Jeez. Look at the guy. What's with all the bandages?
The light. Please.
Get back with that thing, man. Can't you?
Water.
Will, hand me that bottle of water. By the look of him, this guy ain't had fresh water in days. Here you go, man. Not too fast now.
Bless you, son. Bless you both. But
Just drink, old timer. We'll talk later.
What the hell are you doing out here in the middle of nowhere anyway?
Let me get the med kit. Those bandages look pretty dirty.
No. Don't touch them. You've already done too much.
Jeez. Pull a guy out of the ocean. You'd think he'd sound a little more grateful.
You're not helping the situation, George.
Yeah, well, don't look now. But our mystery guest is dead.
Dead? What? No, he's still breathing. He's probably exhausted. Let's get him below deck. We'll leave him some food and water and let him sleep it off.
Okay, but we ain't putting him in my cabin. That guy smells like a dead marlin.
Foggy hours of darkness pass between the two friends as their vessel sits upon otherwise calm waters. As the night slowly passes, they while away the time over maps, not even sure where they are positioned, in the vain hopes of discerning their location.
It's no use, man. And with the static on the shortwave, we can't reach anyone.
That's why I keep the radio on. Maybe they'll mention us.
And how long until the batteries in that thing die?
You know, it's your optimism I admire, man.
I'm just thinking realistically is all. With our motor out and no way to fix it out here, and this damned fog, we had... It sounds like our guest is back from the dead.
You're looking better. It looks like you've eaten a little. That's good. And had more water. Best not to gorge yourself too much. Wouldn't want you to...
What's your name, mister?
It's not important. I'll be dead soon.
That's the spirit.
Knock it off, man. The guy's obviously in shock.
You're good men, both of you. May God reward you as I may have condemned you. I never should have left the island.
Island?
What island?
I don't know its name. We only found it by accident.
We?
My wife, she's still on the island.
Where? Which direction? How far is this island? We'll go get her.
No, you mustn't. I won't. It won't matter anymore anyway. I'm afraid she's dead.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to say.
Thank you, but believe me when I tell you she is in a much better place than that infernal island.
How long were you there?
Since the sinking of the Albatross.
Albatross?
I've heard of her. She left Newcastle for Frisco some 6 months ago and hasn't been heard of since.
6 months? Has it been that long? Time is a blur to me, I'm afraid. She was caught in a terrible storm and lost her mast and was leaking badly. We'd hit something below the water during a storm. We all took to the lifeboats, but only she and I reached the island, I'm afraid. For 4 days, we drifted through this strange haze until the evening of the 4th day, we found that we were in a sort of great lagoon. To our surprise, through this infernal mist, loomed the hull of a large sailing vessel. We thought that would be the end of our nightmare, that we were saved, that maybe our lost companions would be aboard. We fell to our knees and thanked God, for we thought here was an end to our perils. Little did we know. We shouted at them to take us aboard, but no one answered. And when our raft reached her, we climbed aboard, and we found no crew, only this gray, fungus covering the deck in large patches.
Fungus.
And that's not all. Some of the patches seem to have sprouted large growths.
Growths? You mean like mushrooms?
Very much so. Some of them even several feet tall. I shouted some more, but no one answered. We went below deck, but it was empty as well, save for this awful, stale smell. We explored the cabins and apartments of the ship, but found no one. Here and there, within the cabins themselves, we came across odd patches of the awful fungus and the strange growths. We found an area in the ship's stern that was virtually untouched by the fungus and decided it was as good a place as any to hunker down and try to figure out our next move.
You didn't find a radio or anything?
Nah, I'm afraid not. Nothing usable anyway. I'm afraid the fungus had gotten into all of the instruments and equipment on board.
Unbelievable.
Had I not seen it myself, I wouldn't believe me either. Together we cleared out and cleaned 2 of the cabins, and it turned out that bleach washed away the fungus. We even managed to find the water pump. To our relief, the water was fresh, though stale to the taste. We attributed it to having been in the tank as long as it was. For several days, we stayed aboard the ship without attempting to get to shore. We were busy in making the place habitable. Yet, for all of our efforts, the fungus was invasive and kept trying to come back.
Trying.
As hard as it may be to believe, it was almost as if it had a mind of its own, like a stubborn streak.
That's crazy.
Be that as it may, we wouldn't admit defeat, so we continued to clean until the bleach ran out. After about a week, my wife woke to find a small patch of the fungus growing on her pillow. After that, we decided to take our chances ashore. But upon reaching the island, the damn fungus was there as well. In places it rose into horrific mounds, quivering as if alive with a quiet life as we passed them by.
Wait, you're saying the stuff was alive? Are you sure you weren't drinking the seawater after all?
Hey, George, knock it off. Guy's obviously in shock.
I am sound as a pound, I assure you, young man. At first it seemed as if it was everywhere, but we eventually found refuge from it in a cave near a shore on the opposite side of the island. It's difficult to make you understand how relieved we were to find one place that was absolutely free from the horrible growth. So we went aboard the ship. We took what we could, and we set up camp in the cave. It seemed the stuff couldn't take to sand, so we were safe. Or so we thought. And we lived in that cave, off of the rations we found aboard the ship for what was probably 4 weeks. And that's when it happened. It was on the thumb of her right hand that the growth first appeared. It was only a small spot, and we cleaned it with some medical supplies we had. But a few days later, the gray, warty thing had returned. Not just on her thumb, but more of her hand and my face.
And that's why you have the bandages.
Indeed. More to cover what my face has become than anything else. Nothing seems to clear it up. It's all over my body now as well. My clothes are hiding it, however. A month, 2 months, 3 months. Who knows how much time passed after that? We had given up all hope of leaving the island at that point.
What did you do for food? I mean, no way did your supplies hold out that long, judging by how hungry you were when you came aboard.
The rations were gone only a few weeks into our time in the cave. So I took to fishing in the lagoon, but with little success. At my age, with so few fish, spearing them was no easy task. I caught the odd fish from time to time, but so infrequently that they proved of little help in keeping us from hunger. It seemed to me that our deaths were likely to come by starvation and not by the growth of the thing which had infested our bodies. One morning I awoke to find her gone. Frantic, I searched the area. It didn't take long to find her. There she was, sitting amidst the fungus-covered ground, eating something.
Was it?
When I called out to her, she didn't answer. She was like a hungry animal, devouring whatever it was. So I approached her, and to my horror, it was a chunk of the fungus. It was mushroom-like, and she was sitting amongst a patch of them. Her skin, that which wasn't covered in that damn fungus, was a deathly pale as she looked up at me. The smile on her face, a hideous grin. "Try some," she said, her voice hollow, not her own. I can still hear it now. They're delicious.
Hey, buddy, wake up! He passed out again. Or he's dead. Nope, he's alive. His pulse is a lot stronger, too. Do you believe any of this?
I don't know. I believe he believes it.
Yeah, well, the sudden starvation has probably, cooked his brains. And that thing about his wife?
What about it?
Who's to say he didn't kill her or something? Hell, who's to say she's real? That any of this was real?
Why would he lie about killing his wife who doesn't exist?
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to make sense out of it, that's all.
Well, whatever the case, we'll have to wait for him to wake up again.
If he does. The guy's wasted away to nothing. Did you notice how easy it was carrying him aboard? He's barely skin and bones, I'll bet.
He's nearly starved to death, George.
Time continues to drag. Foggy day turns to night, with our stranded trio sleeping restlessly till dawn.
Will! Hey, Will, wake up!
What's going on?
Our friend, the old man in the sea,
What about him? Is the
gone.
gone?
Yeah, he must have snuck off in the night. The boat's even gone.
Are you sure it didn't just kind of come unraveled and drift off?
See for yourself.
What the
Told you.
fungus? That's spread all over the place. Like he just melted.
That would be my thought too. Crazy as this whole thing sounds, but his boat's gone, like I said.
The poor guy won't stand a chance out there with all that fog, half dead like he is.
Oh, that's the other thing. And a bit of good news, the damn fog has lifted.
Really?
See for yourself.
It's been so long since we've seen the sun. It hurts my eyes. You're right. The boat's gone.
Yeah, he's dead for sure out there. I checked with the binoculars before waking you up. No sign of him or that island. It's not like we can go looking for him either, with us being dead in the water like we are.
Let me see those binoculars.
Here, but I don't know what you think you're looking for.
Thought I saw something. Yeah, there it is.
There what is? The old man?
No, something bigger, like,
What's that all over your back?
What?
What about me?
Turn around, man. Nothing's under your shirt. Wait. It's in your hair.
My hair?
The old man. He warned us not to touch him. It must have spread overnight.
Well, I don't know about you, but that puts me off of cream of mushroom soup for a while. Well, it looks like this is your stop. Me? No, I'm afraid I have a ways to go before my stop. For I am the mysterious traveler.